how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it.
You dunk it, doggy bone it.
Slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans. Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better.
And with plans starting at just $35, better cost less than you think.
Every Tuesday, we, of course, are focused on our marketplace segment, where we like to focus on black-owned businesses. And so maybe you're one of the folks you need help branding your business. Now, my next guest has what you may very well need. It is, first of all, she has a marketing boutique agency. And Sierra, first of all, Sierra, pronounce your last name.
Adobe.
Adobe. Now, first of all, it's called the Adobe Group.
Yeah.
She's the managing member of the Adobe Group. And I ran to Sierra. We were in Atlanta for the Global Hope Forum. And she reminded me that we had actually run into each other previously. And she said I was really mean to her when I met her. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I said you tried to play me.
Go ahead and share the story. How?
Okay. You were saying that my phone was dirty. You said my camera lens was dirty. And I had cleaned it right before I asked you for a photo op. And then fast forward 5 years later, we're coming with the same energy, you know? And I had cleaned I was like, okay, there he is. I'm going to remind him about how he tried to play me. And you inspired me and uplifted me the last time. So I did, you know, thank you for all your encouraging words. But you tried to play me about saying I had a dirty camera lens. And then your photographer tried to come at me too.
Here's the problem. Yeah, because it was dirty. Here's the problem, okay? This always happens. This always happens. I need everybody who's watching to understand. People will take a selfie, and then this is what they'll do. They'll clean the back camera. Okay, let me help y'all out. If you're taking a selfie, cleaning this camera doesn't help.
Right now on live
clean
television?
That one.
Again?
No, I'm just saying. It's okay. No, I'm just telling you, to take a selfie, you gotta clean the front camera. The front camera. Cleaning the back
and we got a picture of you looking just like that. First of all, if you guys want, you can find me on Instagram. I did record him giving me a whole lecture on how to clean the camera lens. Number one, I'm going to hold my phone. Don't play me. It's not dirty. But he said that you need to clean it right before you take the picture. And we had talked, I think in that time, we had spoken for like an hour. And so I may have been touching the lens. We were exchanging. We were just talking.
There you go.
But it's okay. It's okay. I understand your request.
Most people don't realize when they inadvertently touch the lens. And also, let me help y'all out. If your lens is dirty, don't do this with your thumb. That doesn't clean it. That actually creates more smudges. Look, I try to help people. This happens all the time, and it happens all the time. I keep trying to help them out. I don't know why they keep doing it, you know. And I had to, before we get to the interview, this one other guy, we took a picture the other day, and he insisted, like you, that I was wrong and his lens was clean. And so let me help y'all out. You know what? I'm just gonna do it one day, and then I want people to actually see what it looks like when you have like these streaks coming across your lens because of light. And also, folks, if your photo looks foggy, you're not in San Francisco. That means your lens is dirty. So I'm just saying. All right. Yep. All right. Yes, it's a giveaway. If it looks foggy, your lens is dirty.
Said if you got the streaks, if you got extra light beams, like this is not a Kanye West music video. We don't need no ultralight. I got you. I think that, so I have a nonprofit called Inner Garden. So what we do is we promote and support entrepreneurs in their journey with best practices and frameworks. I'm going to have you come and teach a class on the appropriate camera lens angles and cleanliness. What do you say?
I'm down. I'm
Okay.
down. I'll be there, and I'll teach them how to do it quick, how to knock them out. All right, so let's talk about your nonprofit. What type of businesses are you working with? What are you helping them to do?
Yeah, so I work with so many different nonprofits and for-profit agencies. We have healthcare, we have beauty, design, other marketing agencies. We have people who are in real estate. And so typically when they come into our program, they are needing to link arms with people who are in the same space as them. So it's not necessarily your typical school where I need to understand, what are KPIs and this and that, but what are things that I need to know that are very specific to my arena. And so that's where we come in, helping people link arms with other experts across various sectors at different levels in the game. So you have people who are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur or starting their entrepreneurial journey. You have people that might be 3, 5, 10 years in, and they're kind of in and out, still working a corporate job, and they're trying to figure out, how do I let go of my full-time corporate job and then just have my own business? And then you have some people that's just what they've been doing for a very long time. They've sold multiple ventures and businesses, and they're really just looking to pour back into others and be a true leader. And so that is what our nonprofit is all about. The price, we try to make it extremely accessible because it's all about access. And I'm sure in your journey from broadcasting and TV, sometimes you just need help. And sometimes you just need somebody who will, provide a space for you and create a pathway for you to be able to succeed and take that chance. And so in Inner Garden, that's what it's really all about. It's an amazing network, but most importantly, it's a phenomenal pathway forward. So we have people who went to college and decided it wasn't for them, and they love the program. It's about a year-long program, and at the end, you do end up with a certificate. And so when I started it about 3-4 years ago now, I said I really want to rival some of the Ivy League schools with their business curriculum. This isn't like a 101 how to be an entrepreneur, and to be an entrepreneur you need a hoodie and a t-shirt and a hoodie and a laptop, and you need to have extreme burnout. At the end of the day, it's really all about creating a lasting legacy, something that you can continue to pass on, not just a business that you start and then at the end of the day all you've done is work and you don't have anything that's left. So with our partners, we talk a lot about life insurance. We talk about equity in your business. We teach you how to have conversations with your children about entrepreneurship and ownership, because it is something that's extremely important in the African-American community, and owning the block, buying up the block and making sure that your business is there. So that way your great-grandkids can say, my aunt owned that building, or my aunt had a marketing company that was here. That's what we want to help you do in Inner Garden.
Questions from my panel. I'll start with Teresa Lundy.
Hi, well, wonderful program. I think it is something that is absolutely needed. I am a fellow entrepreneur myself, so probably one of my questions is for those who want to get into this space, learn more about your work, where do they go and what do they do?
Yeah, so if you want to be a part of Inner Garden, you would just go to www.inhergarden.com.
All right, Xavier.
Yes, I'm intrigued about what your organization might be doing to help with pitching, getting investors, growing businesses, and scaling it. And how does your business help to steer those businesses in that direction to be able to attract larger resources and grow larger?
Yeah, I love this question. So Inner Garden is actually a 6-part program. And so all of our categories are kind of, they're named after what you would do to actually tend to a garden. And so we have different panels or different mentors that come in. And so when it comes to investors, we have a part of our program that we call Source. And so that's talking about money, that's helping you partner up with legal, really any and every partnership that you would need in order to have a successful business that's done right on the books. So we have pitch competitions. We'll help you put your pitch together, put your deck together, really helping you dig into the weeds of your business. As you can see here in some of the B-roll, it's just some people learning about different frameworks. We have a business plan on one page, so that way when you come in and you're trying to talk to somebody, you can really dig into those details, talking about who your audience is, what are their pain points, how much would they pay? What do they hate about services like yours? What do they love about services like yours? And then how do you continue to just pull information from different resources? So, really focusing on lean techniques. So the one thing about entrepreneurship is that you don't always have a whole lot of money to get going. And so in Inner Garden, we partner you or put you with different mentors in the space. So that way they'll help you navigate what are some resources that exist for me that can provide me with really good information about different demographics and where they are and how they're spending and how they're living and just their overall life cycle. So we also have, additionally, as some of the mentors we actually do have investors in Inner Garden who have helped and decided that they want to teach people. So helping you understand the language, what an investor is looking for, what it is that they're not looking for, and then connecting you with different people along the way. Hey, you might not be, don't pitch to me, but I do have 5 or 6 other people in my portfolio, or, a different resources that I may be able to connect you with. So that way, if you are looking to pitch and invest and scale, they'll really give you the nitty-gritty there. So really what I do is I just try to provide people with the most information and the best resources available.
All right, Brianna.
Great. Thank you so much, Sierra. Just a quick question. Have you seen any clients or any gravitations towards political consulting or political campaigns, or have you been interested in what unpacking that and providing content or promoting already generated content through your services?
Yeah, so along with Inner Garden, we teach people how to write content and how to use evergreen content and things like that. I also have a marketing company, a design agency called the Adobe Group. And in the Adobe Group, we put in all of the same best practices that one would learn in Inner Garden. But Adobe Group is more of a one-stop shop. And so there we have copywriters, we have designers. We'll help you look at some of the analytics that exist for your content that you currently have, what's resonating, what's not, and then make sure that we can help you craft and create content that really resonates, whether it's short form or long form, email, social media, television. It's really just about creating things that are authentic, and that authenticity is always the baseline and a value add. We always want to make sure that we add value. And so working with different clients in various sectors, what is the value add? What are people looking for? What are your clients looking for? And what do you have that's special that you can offer up? I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
All right, then. Well, we certainly appreciate it. Again, if somebody's out there watching, where can they reach you?
So you can find me at theadobigroup.com, ADAOBI group.com. And if you're interested in learning about, different educational materials, you can go to InHerGarden, INHER garden.com.
All right, Sarah, thanks a bunch. Go work on that selfie game.
Oh, you're a hoot. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure. I'll be seeing you soon. I'm going to reach out to you. He's going to be teaching in Garden.
All right, we'll do it. I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.
It's time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it.
You dunk it, doggy bone it.
Slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans. Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better.
And with plans starting at just $35, better cost less than you think.
All right, folks, every Tuesday we have our marketplace segment where we feature Black-owned businesses doing some quite interesting things. We have a new sponsor for this segment. We want to give a thanks to the folks at Verizon for sponsoring this. And again, this is really about showcasing some amazing things that folks are doing. And so today, I want to talk about with this sister, Leilyn Sawyer. She has this amazing business out of Dallas, okay, where she is renting out these unique spaces for various events. I mean, they could be parties, they could be weddings, they could be anything. I follow her on Instagram, and I was following what she was doing, and I said, you know what, this is interesting and different because of how she's doing it, and somebody else may get the idea to do it where they are. She joins us right now from Dallas. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? Good afternoon, good evening. God bless, depending on where you are in this blessed and beautiful world.
Well, it's always good to see you, see the great smile of yours. So let's talk about, you were helping other entrepreneurs unblock their brains and helping them. Then all of a sudden you were like, you know what? I got an idea, I'm gonna do this as well. Talk about that. How did you arrive at this concept? Of course, it's called LAYD Spaces. So how'd you arrive at it?
LAYD Spaces stands for Live All Your Dreams. It is a vision that manifested, that I created. Basically, I was doing these really unique concepts or spaces, always looking for an opportunity to create, take pictures. As an influencer, you're always looking for like a different backdrop or something. And then people started asking me to actually rent my space out So I was like, well, you don't have to rent it. You don't have to pay for it. You can just use it. Well, then people kept asking. So finally I decided to turn it into a business. And it basically just grew from there very organically. Word of mouth spread pretty quickly. And then I started just finding great spaces for people to, like you said, do birthday parties, engagements, proposals, a little bit of everything, pop-up shops, brand launches, and it's just grown tremendously. I'm really grateful for my community and all of the amazing clients who have spread the word.
Now, the reason I find this to be interesting, my grandmother had a catering business. I worked with this since I was 7 years old, so I'm sort of used to events and catering and stuff along those lines. And what you did is you went after a very interesting space in the marketplace where we talk about events. I mean, it's typically, well, rent an Airbnb, rent the large room in a restaurant, or do it at a hotel. But and those prices are so unwieldy for some people. So you said, I got a different idea.
It was actually birthed out of my loft in Los Angeles. So I started it there, and then people started wanting to do like office parties and gatherings and intimate dinners. And much like you said, you have the opportunity to pay a restaurant, thousands of dollars in order to hit a minimum, or you could come to my location and spend a couple $100s an hour. And the unique thing that I did is I quickly understood that people want a one-stop shop. So I have vendors and people in-house where they can do your balloon decor. We're able to do your table decor. We can actually coordinate the whole event. I have chefs, some of Dallas's top chefs, DJs. So everything literally is under one roof, which makes it extremely convenient for the client who's throwing her husband the 50th birthday. I had a client this weekend who's like, I have no idea where to begin. I was able to come in and bring all my vendors together under one roof and bring her vision to life. And he was blown away.
And speaking of that, when I was visiting, I was in Dallas area, giving a speech at the University of Texas at Arlington, and I stayed the weekend, and I stopped by your place. And actually, and so this was one of the events. Y'all go to my iPad, please. Please go to my iPad right now. Thank you. And so this was one of the events, and you had this chef who put together this very unique menu based upon the life of this woman. And then, of course, folks, you had the open there, you had the food there, and again, the thing for people out there, your customers, again, they're looking for places that can fit their budget, that's not unwieldy. And again, you're looking at different. So you have 2 places in Dallas now?
I do. Yes, I have 2 places ranging anywhere from 10 or 15 people to 30 or 35. And it's really just a niche. I don't need to serve everyone. I want to create an intimate environment for you, somewhere that doesn't seem too large. When you're in a big banquet hall, it's a space or a location that's too large, where with mine, it's very intimate. And in this experience, he actually was holding an experience for a young lady, and he was giving her whole life story through food. So Rufari Experiences, he created an evening where each course actually talked about her life. And then he came out and he shared her experience and how it applied to the meal. And then he paired it with a drink. It was absolutely incredible, honestly.
How many events are you doing? First of all, are you 6 days a week, 7 days a week? How many events are you doing per month?
Well, the really unique thing about my venue is that we also can do documentaries, photo shoots. We had the Perot Museum do a meeting here. So during the week, it's very intimate. If we do something during the day, it's 10, 12, maybe 4 or 5 people, depending on the event. And then on the weekends, it's usually a Friday night, sometimes 1 to 2 events on a Saturday. And then people like to do that Sunday brunch for their birthday. That's a very popular or typical theme for my guests. So on average, anywhere from 2 to 4, 2 to 5.
And did you realize you were going to be this busy?
I did not. And actually, in the pandemic, I was more busy than anything. People were just looking for a place to come together because all of a sudden there were all these restrictions with COVID and all these limitations. And with us, we gave them a safe space because after each booking, we do a full clean, wipe, disinfect, sweep, mop of all the high touch areas. And so thank God we've never had a situation occur, and it gave people a safe place to still come together and still be able to create experiences.
Questions from my panel. First up, Amisha Cross.
Absolutely. I love that your location is built for the more micro crowd. My question relates to, we are obviously in a pandemic setting. Have you seen growth specifically around micro weddings or smaller events, just with that backdrop in mind, but also, you know, this style of organizing that you represent kind of getting a lot more attention these days?
Absolutely. People don't have that big budget. Obviously, income has been cut and different things have taken place. And so now the biggest thing I get is, I'm looking for an intimate place to host this, but I don't have a big budget. That's the number one conversation that I have with people. So especially with the micro weddings, I was so busy. I had a young lady who did like a wedding of like 6 people. She's like, I just need a place with beautiful pictures with my mom and dad, my husband to be, and ended up creating this beautiful experience. So it is extremely popular and it is very much growing.
Mustafa.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations. I'm curious, what's the most unique event that you've done to date that's really memorable?
Probably that Rufari experience. Honestly, I was blown away. And a lot of people don't understand with my events, I'm here pretty much every event. So I get to meet a diverse group of people. But I actually pitch in. I put on my gloves. I'm like, what do you need help with? And most chefs are like, what? Wait, you're the owner. Why are you helping me? And so I get to learn, like I roll my sleeves up. But with that experience, I've never seen someone actually tell a story with food where he researched her whole life and then presented it as her birthday gift to her group of friends. It was absolutely incredible.
Georgia.
As a businesswoman, what would you say is the most valuable lesson you've learned about business?
Processes, systems, and protecting yourselves. Because with events, and as she stated, in a pandemic, things do happen. And so you have to make sure that you have systems and processes and things in place in case someone does reschedule, or in case, heaven forbid, a death comes up, or things of that nature that are not only fair for you and the customer, but also protect you as a business owner. Because obviously, if that date is booked and the client cancels or is unable to make it in a short period of time, it's very difficult for you to replace that booking. And so therefore you're out of money. And so it just created a lot of opportunity for me to really focus on my systems and my processes and how I run the back end of the business.
All right, last question I have for you, Laylen, and that is, you got 2 spots there in Dallas. How are you looking to expand? 5 years from now, what do you want this to look like?
So actually what I do is I teach people, I'm also in property management. So I actually take your Airbnb and I give you the ability to do both the events as well as your Airbnb. So if anyone's interested in me managing their event venue or managing their Airbnb or both, I'm doing this in multiple cities. So I'm now taking on clients in Los Angeles. I have properties in Houston as well as Dallas. And so it is quickly expanding once again by word of mouth. And so that's where I see myself, just giving people the ability for multi-use and multi-purpose for their spaces.
All right. Well, folks in the chat are asking, how do they reach you?
You can reach me on Instagram at Laylen, Laylen, or at latespaces.com, LAYD spaces.com.
All right, then. Looks like I think Georgia is following you right now. She's on her phone.
Awesome.
I see you, Georgia. I see you. All right. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot for joining us on The Marketplace, brought to you by Verizon.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Take care.
It's time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with rolling all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Like, wow, rolling was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared. You dig?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it.
You dunk it, doggy bone it.
Slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans. Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better.
And with plans starting at just $35, better cost less than you think.
A lot of folks think coding is hard. Well, my next guest says, not really. It's all a matter of how you reach the folks who don't know. She has created this at-home coding kit called Lingo, which allows for your child to see what professionals are doing while moving at their own pace. Aisha Bose, a former NASA rocket scientist who created Lingo. She joins me now from Washington, D.C. Aisha, glad to have you back on the show.
Hey, hi, Roland.
So big day for you because Lingo dropped what, in Target?
Yeah, as of today, we launched on Target and we're available on Walmart and Amazon.
So explain, so what really is Lingo? What is it? What does it do?
Lingo is a self-paced coding kit that teaches kids the fundamentals of computer science at home. And as an added bonus, it features culturally relevant role models because, Roland, I went through my entire education without ever being taught by a Black woman once. And so that's a central focus of Lingo. We want to expose students to computer science in a way that's not boring for a change, and to get them excited about a potential career by applying their knowledge to something they see every day, the backup noise you hear in a car.
So when you talk about that, because you say as you go. So how long is it? So let's just say you get the kit, and how long will a child be ready to code? And we say code. What does that even mean? What are they actually doing?
So the Lingo kit includes self-paced online videos, which means that it doesn't require a parent in order for the student to complete the activities. So we hope that parents can actually maybe get some downtime, right? Go do something fun. Once the kit is open, what the students will do is learn the basics of how to put together code. This is exposure, Roland. So instead of asking you to just open the kit and magically know all of these things, we ask you to read the instructions, follow the videos as Danielle Regis, our product lead here at Lingo, instructs you through how to put together the exercise. In total, the activity takes about 4 hours and can be completed over the course of several days.
And so we, again, we talk about coding. You and I were talking the other day and how you were talking to some students in St. Louis and you had them coding music.
Yeah, because everything that you hear is actually electronics. And so what I wanted to do was find a way to tie this concept to something that the students cared about. And they cared about music. With this Lingo Kit, the first lesson teaches you how to put together that sensor for a car, but that same principle you can use to code your own music. And so once we finish the first activity, and the second activity is available on our learning portal now, we actually said, hey, well, now that you know how to do this, why don't you load up your favorite song? The kids were playing everything from Megan Thee Stallion to DaBaby and BTS within a matter of 3 days. And they were hooked. They've now gone on and further explored the music lesson. Some of them have even loaded their own music into the boards and are looking at how they can maybe become sound engineers.
All right, then. Questions from my panel. Matt, I'll start with you.
So the question I have for you, Ms. Bowie, is what do you find is the greatest impediment to access? Is it that people don't know how accessible coding can actually be and doable it can be? Or is it something else? Is it other institutional factors?
Well, for me, the greatest impediment was not knowing anything about the field. I started my degrees in aerospace engineering with pre-algebra in a community college. I didn't see any people who looked like me who were in the field, and I did not know that engineering was something that I could do, make a living at, and actually enjoy. And then when I went into the field, I didn't see the people around me actively recruiting people of color. And I had enough. I left the government in order to create this company because I wanted people of color to have this experience. I wanted students to go into a classroom and see somebody that looked like them. I wanted for them to get a box and have other people around them who may not be persons of color, see somebody who looked like them teach the class, and have them realize that we exist in these fields too. And oh, by the way, the same techniques and tools that you learn in this box are the same ones that can make sure that you get paid for the rest of your life. I've seen studies that show that on average, it takes about 100 hours of exposure to coding or engineering concepts before you become an engineer. Well, guess what? There are a lot of students who are getting that in middle school. They're getting that in high school. Well, why can't our students have the same? And now with Lingo, you get that in a box. You get not only the first lesson, but you can learn music. And our third lesson ties sports and STEM together, which means now you're coding things that can help make you a better athlete or even understand how technology integrates with sports.
So I got some fool on YouTube named Mississippi who said, Black American people don't give a damn about coding. Can you explain why that's stupid to even say that? Mississippi.
Listen, I would beg to differ.
First of all, it's no surprise. First of all, the person their handle is Mississippi. So, I mean, when you look at the education ranking of Mississippi, that says a whole lot. But Aisha, go ahead.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead and beg to differ because I just got done teaching a class of 8th graders out in East St. Louis, and every single one of them walked away not only doing this kit, but wanting to learn more. I don't think it's that Black people don't care about coding. I think it's that the subject hasn't been taught to them in a way that was interesting. It took me until I was an adult to actually learn these things in a way that I thought was fun. And I just refuse for any more people to have that experience. So get a Lingo, explore Mississippi, and I think you'll find that not only do people care, but maybe you'll care too.
Lee.
Look, I love this, Aisha. I love the vision. I love your heart for people. I'm a pastor, and y'all know in the Bible it says, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. One of our challenges in all of this stuff, in educating our children and training up our children, isn't always the kids. Very rarely is the kids. It's the parents. How can you, like what you're doing, I'm sure you've thought it out because you already sound brilliant. How can we really almost like train the parent, to be able to train the child and get them connected so that they can get their kids interested in something like this?
Yeah, so that was one of the things that we tackled when we created the box, because my team of engineers, most of whom are Black, did not have parents that could help us with the homework. So that was the first thing. We wanted to make sure that this allowed for us to teach our students. So we don't actually need the parents to finish these activities. The next piece is exposure. We have over 30 upward bound programs that are clients of Lingo. We are used by over 4,000 students in America right now in 6 countries internationally because we don't require the parents to invest in Lingo. And this is why when I was talking to Roland, I'm like, hey, look, I need you. I need your help because I am the only Black woman making educational product for middle school, high school, and university students right now that is sold in major retailers. And the majority of the people who we need to get this kit are our upward bound students. There are students who are in Mississippi, they're in Alabama, they're in Georgia, who by getting this kit, maybe they could do something a little bit different. And I'm not talking about going to college. I'm talking about learning something where you can make money at home. Because guess what? All those big tech companies, the Googles, the Twitters, the Facebooks, they didn't require that their employees have to even have a computer science degree. They just have to know how to code. So I refuse to allow us to get left out. I refuse to allow us to be in an environment where we don't see us anymore when we're engaging in these activities. And all I require is for the institutions, the organizations like the Bowie States, the Fayetteville States, who are working with us, the Southern universities who are working with us to push these kits into the hands of their students to work with us and to help.
All right, then. Again, tell folks where they can get Lingo. People are going to be, of course, they're going to be looking for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, and so let them know.
Well, you can get Lingo on Target by typing in STEM Lingo Coding Kit, Walmart STEM Lingo Coding Kit as well, and also the same keywords on Amazon. If you'd like to get it directly from us, you can go to www.stemlingo.com in the bottom or hit me up on IG at Aisha Bo.
All right. Aisha, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Roland.
It's time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A Black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Like, wow, Roland was amazing on that.
Stay Black. I love y'all. I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it, we upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans. Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better.
And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
Family is a Black woman-owned company fighting to end menstrual inequality and provide organic and eco-friendly menstruation products. Family also pays it forward by stocking restrooms nationwide with their personal care products. The founder and CEO is Ariane Long. She joins us from Baltimore to share her journey and more about the company. All right, so when did this start?
Hey, so I started a business back when I was 26 years old. I was having crazy periods and found out that they were linked directly to chemicals in the products that I was using. So that was back in about 2015, 2016.
So, and so you started the business, and how? You funded it yourself, friends and family? How did you actually begin to start the business?
Man, when I first started, I was using one of every two paychecks and funneling that back into my business. At the time, my husband was my then boyfriend, and we actually moved back home with my whole family, 12 people, my grandmother, my siblings, and more. And
Hold on,
I
12 of y'all in the
essentially,
crib?
12 of us in the crib in PG County, Maryland. We built one house and we fit everybody in it.
Okay. All right.
So
And
yeah,
so,
it was incredible, but we bootstrapped the company. I had to use pitch competitions. Finding an investor was hard. I'm also Black and went to a HBCU, so yeah.
so when you talked about, so how'd you deal with the manufacturing in terms of developing your product and making sure that it was safe and effective?
So it was crazy. I went to companies here in the US, but they would not work with me because they were working with the companies that put toxic chemicals in their pads and tampons. So we found a small family owned company that was growing organic cotton in Texas. And we found a manufacturer all the way in Rome, Italy, that was willing to take us on and make our overachieving products, which are 3 times more absorbent and 13% longer. So they're better for you and they outperform the others.
So you started the business, and so how were you selling your products? Was it online? Were you in stores?
hmm When we first started, we were shipping monthly period boxes so that every time a younger girl or a woman would get her period, she would have our products, chocolate, body scrubs, and we saw an opportunity to have more social impact. There are so many women who admit to finding themselves without these products in public or at work. So we quickly started manufacturing our own products, and then we started putting our individually wrapped pads in hotels and colleges and stadiums. So we essentially want to make sure that you can order the period care you need online. Or if you find yourself in these public spaces, you have what you need, which is perfect because now states are starting to make this a law that feminine care is a requirement, and we're there to meet that demand.
So how many units are you moving per month? How have you grown?
Man, we've changed over 25,000 lives. We are a company that expects to net over $70 million in revenue in the next 2 years, and we're out here playing with the big boys.
And I take it that is not necessarily something they want to see. And so how are you looking to expand the company?
So, as we think about expansion, Femly is the premier company that's going to hold your hand from your very first period all the way through pregnancy, postpartum, menopause, and beyond. We want to be there for every stage of a woman's life cycle. You may find us at an NFL stadium or at a hotel, but when you need us, we'll be in stores or online, and we will just be with you for every step of the way.
All right, questions for my panelists. Amisha, you're first.
Absolutely. For off the top, Roland, I want to thank you for inviting her for this discussion. I find that these products are very interesting, and congratulations on your expansion and the work that you're doing thus far. Because I think that, in the 90s, we heard about toxic shock syndrome and the issues associated with wearing tampons for too long. Right now, there's an elevation of period poverty, not only as it relates to those who are incarcerated who just don't have access to pads or tampons regularly, but also people who live in poverty, who are outside of the penal system, who cannot afford regular pad and tampon access. So acknowledging the fact that you're doing that work, but also looking at this more environmentally friendly, but also friendly to the body type of substance for an issue that women are going to have. Like, there's no way around having your period. What have you seen, and what actually sparked your interest in making this happen? Because there are options out there, not many like yours, but there are options out there. How do you, one, elevate this, the awareness of this product, but also what made you get into this to begin with?
So I had this tumor that was linked to chemicals found in very popular products. And I did some digging and I found out that the FDA didn't require transparency of ingredients. They didn't require companies to disclose what was inside of them. And coincidentally, these same products that I was using that millions of women use were outliving the people who use them. They were filled with nylon and plastics. And when you throw them away, that could take 500 years to break down. So I knew that we needed to create something that was both eco-friendly and profited people and planet. The other thing is we started the company, but in 2018, I found myself on life support. I lost my daughter Sage to stillbirth due to a doctor's error and not believing me and giving me the wrong antibiotic for an infection. And when I woke up, I realized that we weren't doing enough about health education for women too. The US right now has the worst rates for pregnancy in the modern world, and Black women are 3 to as much as 6 times more likely to die in labor. So what we're doing is not only providing a better product that works better for you and outperforms, we offer more products in each box. And then on the back, there's a QR code that women can use to connect to our health community, to connect with the brand, to learn more about us. So for us, it's a mission that matters, and it encompasses more than just period care. It's a movement that changes how we serve women, 51% of the world's population.
Mustafa.
Sister, I just want to say thank you so much for millions and millions of women across our country and hopefully internationally. I don't know if most folks know the dioxins and the furans and the pesticide residue that is actually a part of, those traditional feminine hygiene products. So thank you so much for creating these greener types of products that are healthy for folks. I'm curious. You have a phenomenal product. Where do you want to take it moving forward? Are there additional products that you're going to put into your overall portfolio? And also, as Amisha raised, we have so many sisters in the Caribbean, sisters in Africa, and so many other locations. Do you have a plan to also reach them as well?
Absolutely. So when we started with a global mindset, and we're already shipping across the world, not just the United States. And as we think about expansion to better meet the needs of women, we've already designed additional products such as tampons and period panties and more that are dropping in a few weeks that sustainably meet the needs of women during their life cycles and more, that address period pain, that address some of their pregnancy symptoms and more, all holistically. So, the future is bright for us, and we believe that we can become the company that meets your needs wherever you are. Whether you're at work and you get your period and you might not have a pad on you, or you're rolling through Target, hopefully, and other stores like Whole Foods and more, or you're simply cruising online and want to sign up for yourself or your daughter for a period subscription to get it delivered every month on time, every time. We want to be wherever the women who need us are, and at every step, we want to have that impact and education and support them with wellness.
All right, then. Ariane Long, CEO of Femly. We appreciate it. What's the website?
Thanks, Roland. The website is femly.com. That is FEMLY.com. And you guys can use code wellness for 10% off your next Femly purchase. Thanks for having me, Roland.
So it's femly.com, not femlybox.com.
You can use either or, Femlybox or Femly.
Okay. Yep. All right, then. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right. Bye.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Oh, no punches! I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans. Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better.
And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
The pandemic caused many businesses to shut down. One Houston entrepreneur had to find a different way to survive. So when his club closed, he opened a grocery store. District Market Green Grocer is the first Black-owned grocery store in Houston, Texas. Joining us now is the owner, Robert Thomas. How you doing there, Robert?
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Oh, good. It's so great to see you. And I love, love, love this story because you to me are showing the world really what an entrepreneur looks like, right? When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Let us know, what happened when the pandemic hit and you knew you had to shut down your club. What was the first thought that came through your mind?
Of course, panic settled in on me, and confusion. I didn't have no sense of direction. I had no source of income. And then they told me I was non-essential. So I knew I wasn't even important anymore. So I was devastated. I didn't know what to do.
Well, what's powerful to me about you is that you didn't let that stop you. And this is such a beautiful story to me because, once again, this is the beauty of entrepreneurship. You got, in essence, shut down your way of living. And the thing about entrepreneurship here, you don't get no direct deposit, right? You only eat what you kill. And if somebody comes and say you have to shut down your store, then as you mentioned, you or your club in this instance, you had no way of bringing in revenue. And so I guess what you did was did you survey the land and said, well, what business can I get in now that is essential?
No, it didn't even come to me as a business idea at first. The way it started was, of course, it was so hard to get into stores, grocery stores and supermarkets. So it's to go to farmer markets and pop-up shops. And from there, I noticed that I started running into some good products. And of course, these pop-up shops have Black vendors, and seeing their farming products, their different things that they make by hand. And I'm wondering to myself, why aren't any of these products in any of the major grocery stores? And that was the beginning of this place here. Once I noticed that we don't have anything on the shelves.
Wow.
Nothing on the shelves. So that means that we're not part of the everyday American dollar that's being spent on a day-to-day, on a minute-to-minute, second-to-second basis. Everyone needs groceries. Everyone.
Absolutely. Everybody does need groceries. And I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, people were going into the grocery stores and spending like drunken sailors. I mean, they were getting everything. Remember, they were getting everything they could get their hands on. But what I love about your idea here is that you tapped into a problem that is the case in the traditional grocery stores. I wish I could remember the statistic, but I have a friend of mine who is a chef, and he talks about how like a very, very minute percentage of all of those thousands of products that we see in grocery stores is even owned by Black business people. They're not coming from Black businesses. You saw an opportunity there for Black-owned companies that were producing great stuff to get shelf space, and you said, hey, I can create a store that does that for them. That was really a revolutionary thought.
Yes, that's exactly what I had in mind. So at this moment, at this very time, I'm actually in my grocery store. So everything in here is from a Black vendor. So we have customers coming in. If they buy, I have a new vendor that came in today, his brother Muhammad. He serves, he makes loaves of bread. He's a Muslim. He makes, from the Nation of Islam, he makes bread, loaves of bread. I have a vendor that gives me eggs. It's awesome. It's coming together. Fruits, vegetables. I have a juice bar. I'm looking to get a Black vendor. He does toilet paper and paper towels. Black another vendor I'm going to be working with. He makes his own light bulbs.
Wow.
Yes. Now here's the I call it. It's definitely a blessing for me.
Yeah.
From doing these type of interviews, I've been on the news here at Fox, KHU11. I was in the Houston Business Journal. I talked to a retired not a congressman, city councilman here in Houston, Texas. He retired. He put me on his radio show. So from this, it's bringing me resources. And one of the best resources I connected with is this man. He's in the islands, and he's connected with the agricultural program that they have going through the Caribbean islands. So what they're looking for is a representative in the United States where we can get some of our brothers and sisters that farm abroad to get us good, natural, organic food over here. So I'm gonna have a program with him where he's gonna send me 40-foot-long containers of fruit and vegetables for me to become a major distributor in Texas. So I'm very excited about that. Like, it'll be far as your eye can see. I have produce.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it because not only are you helping these Black businesses that would not be given the time of day in the sort of quote unquote traditional grocery stores, you're also helping the community because we know how difficult it is in terms of the problem of food deserts that we tend to face in Black communities. Here you are with healthy foods that you are giving people in the form of fruits and vegetables and your juice bar and all that. You're making it available where people can easily get it. So it sounds like it's a win-win for everybody.
That's my agenda. We'll create a system where we all can win. I want to reach out to the poverty-stricken areas that if you go into these supermarkets in certain areas, you can see that the food is not the same when you go to more privileged areas.
True.
They need good food too.
Mm-hmm.
They need good food. They need good products. They need good produce coming through there. I'm a green grocer. So by definition, I specialize in produce. So I'm looking forward to making it affordable for the poverty-stricken areas to have good, healthy food in their diets.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. I have got to bring Mustafa into this conversation because he looks like he's like smiling from ear to ear. Mustafa, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Brother Thomas, thank you so much. I work on food justice issue with, along with a number of climate justice and environmental justice issues. And, you know, I've worked in about 1,000 communities now across our country and outside. And one of the things that you always notice is the lack of fresh and affordable, healthy food in our communities. So my question is, over the next 12 to 24 months, what's your vision for growing this out? And where do you plan on landing? Is it other places in Houston? Is it beyond that? What's the vision?
Right now, to be honest with you, my vision now is to formulate a team. I need a team. I need investors. I need people to share this and do this with me. I'm by myself. Everything I've done so far, I've done it all alone. Maybe help from family members and everything, but only because it was just an idea I had. I had no idea that it would reach where I'm getting all this attention, and I want to make use of it. So I need to put a team together. I need a simple, a nice, strong, powerful team, and I would like to attack the country. I don't mean to use the word attack, but the problem that we're having, I want to attack it. So I'm talking about like HEB here. HEB is a popular supermarket here. They have over 300 stores. I want more than 300. I want as many stores I can open, and all in the right areas where it's needed. That's my goal. And not only that, I'm very competitive. I want District Market to be mentioned along the giants, you know? I just would like to see that for us, and I'm taking the Black vendors with me.
Beautiful. I'm loving it. Xavier, any questions from you?
Sure. As a vegan chef, I appreciate Brother Thomas bringing healthy, fresh fruit and vegetables in the community that needs them. And how do you propose educating the community on why your services are important, and how you are creating the pipelines specifically for Black-owned distributors? You talked about having soy candles and creating that avenue, maybe even small business programs, so that they could not just put products on your shelf, but can thrive as you grow and build as you grow. And then how do you get basically attach yourself to Black wealth, so they are supporting you as you build and grow and you scale your business?
Okay, whoa, that's some good question. And okay, let me see if I can answer it in parts, if that's okay. The first question was, I believe, about education. I'm an advocate. As you can see right here, I have my juice of green vegetables here. And I'm an advocate for green vegetables must exist in our diets. And the way I've been educating them as they come here, actually, I do that. I take the time, if I can just reach one is what I figured, as far as how a diet should be. So think about it. The average person, when they walk in the supermarket or make up their mind and say, I want to eat healthy now, they make up their own version of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to start eating vegetables. So a lot of things I need to educate the people on is that food is medicine. That's where they're getting the medicine from. It's from the things that come out of the ground. So you can eat things, combine certain things you eat, and it can heal you or make you feel better. They don't like for you to use the word heal, but it can make you feel better. Food can make you feel good, and it can help you with some of your medical conditions. So the number one cause of some of the problems I see that plagues the Black community is digestion problems. So what I do here is everyone that walks in the door, if I have to give it to them for free, I will. I want to put greens in my brothers and sisters' bodies to help them be able to have good functioning bodies that can absorb good nutrients. You cannot do that if you have bad digestion. So that's my angle of educating. How I'm helping streamline some businesses through my building, through what I'm doing is I just serve as a platform. My business model is designed strictly for the micro business. So some of these vendors I have here, they literally are just making products at home. And I have some vendors that are making very good money as a start. Some of them never been in the store before, and their products are in here. And that is a major help for them. They're getting exposure. I'm going to, by me not having to buy product, it loosens up my finances to aggressively market and advertise. And I know that's what a lot of the Black vendors need. They have good products, but they spend money to get these products, but they don't have the money to get the product and then turn around and create a major campaign to market and advertise. Mm-hmm. So that's the part I'm going to cover. My job is to make my platform, District Market, the biggest platform for Black vendors or any vendor that cannot get their product on the shelf.
Well, I have to. I'm sorry, you can finish your thought.
No, I was hoping I was answering the brother's questions.
Yeah, that was great, brother.
You absolutely did. And I have to say, if anybody can make that vision real, I have a feeling it's you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Is there any way that people can find out more about you and maybe patronize you? Can you let people know how they can get in touch with you?
Yes, right now, the best way to reach me is through District Market, Greengrocer on Instagram and Facebook. You can message me. My team are very responsive. And my email is the same name, districtmarketgreengrocer@gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Black Star Network is here.
Oh, no punches! I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Hey, Black, I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it, we upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans.
Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
All right, folks. As I said, every single Tuesday, we focus on marketplace. Today, we're talking with a candle maker. She was not too particularly happy when she first started doing this, and so Bernadette Brown said, "You know what? Let me just go ahead and do it myself." She's a journalist, decided to focus on self-care. Now, she loves candles, but she said the ingredients were making her sick, so decided to make her own. That's why she has baubles and beeswax. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, Roland. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, how was it? How are these candles making you sick? What was the deal?
So, when I first started, I love candles, but every time I would burn a candle, it gave me a headache. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a holistic health coach, and she said it's likely because of the paraffin wax and the phthalates that are in the fragrances that are in manufactured candles. And so I said, well, maybe I should just try to make them myself. Can't be that too, hard of a process, which I learned it actually is a very hard process. I started making them on my own and fell in love with it. And so did my friends and family, and a business was born. And it was great to actually create something. I deal in facts every day as a journalist. And so getting to use my creativity was wonderful. That led into soaps and skincare and all types of other products.
Now, right, you're in Mableton, Georgia, and so you go from candles to skincare products. And so how has the business taken off?
Business has been great. We took a little break during the pandemic, as a lot of businesses did. We regrouped a little bit, relaunched, and we've been doing wonderful. Getting reviews back from our customers that they love the products, that they feel comforted and soothed and nourished. That is the goal. So we're doing wonderful. We're selling and adding products. The goal is to continue to add products to our offering and get more people to love the brand just as much as I do.
Wow. Now, first of all, where can people get your candles and skincare products?
So right now we offer our products online. You can go to baublesandbeeswax.com. You can also shop through our Instagram, Baubles and Beeswax, on Facebook as well. We will be adding more next year. We're looking to add a men's line, looking to possibly even grow into subscription boxes. The goal is, the product should be a tool for you, right? It should be part of your personal care toolbox. It's meant to trigger you to slow down and to take care of yourself. Because I know as Black women, we just don't. We're taught to just go and work, but we're not taught how to stop and relax and care. And it was something that was missing for me. And I've built a community, and I hope other people will join in this self-care movement.
Questions from our panel. I'll start with you, Mustafa.
Well, thank you for this and creating a product that doesn't impact, the environment or people's health. I'm curious, as we do more self-care and learn to slow down and be more efficient, are you thinking about franchising, or how are you helping other brothers and sisters who may be interested in starting something similar to be able to on their journey?
When I started this, I found a lot of resources online and, books and authors, and people were very open to share their knowledge with me. And I feel strongly that I have to do the same thing. It's not simple. People think, oh, you just pour a candle and that's it. It's not that simple of a process. I'm happy to share my expertise. And the growth will be in normalizing the conversation around how we take care of ourselves, in moving from a guilty pleasure to an everyday practical luxury that we should be giving ourselves, this gift to ourselves. And hopefully with as we add more products and look to increase. I don't see it franchising, but because I love making the products, and so I do want to have my hands in it. The recipe formulation and creating that part is just a joy for me. But definitely adding employees and getting a bigger workshop, all that is in our future.
Matt?
Well, let me first say I wish you great prosperity. It looks like your products are incredible, and I appreciate all of the mindfulness and intentionality you've put into making them. But I have a simple question. I know what I'm getting Big Mama for Christmas, so if I order it, do I still have time to get it? That's my question.
Sir, I got you. Yes, yes, and yes. You order tonight, I'm going to put it in the mail tomorrow.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to have to get some of your candles. On Monday, I'm going to be back in the studio debuting our new studio. We're going to be showing everybody what it looks like. And so I think might want to put some of the candles on the shelves there. So hopefully.
I got a box coming to you. It's the dynamic collection because I think that pretty much sums you up. Okay. Dynamic.
Well, I appreciate it. So, look, congratulations on this. Did you give up journalism completely to focus on being an entrepreneur?
I have not. Facts first for me, and I still love storytelling and leading my team. I'm just able to, devote time in other places, and it does fuel me. So, still a journalist, entrepreneur as well.
All right. Sounds great. Well, Bernadette, congratulations. Good luck.
Thank
Again,
you.
bobblesandbeeswax.com. Folks, y'all go check it out. We appreciate you joining us on Marketplace presented by Verizon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Oh, no punches! I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans.
Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
All right, folks, with the on again, off again mask mandates, people, should they go in, indoor restaurants, sit outside, what do? Man, it makes for a real difficult for a lot of industries, but especially our restaurant industries. They've been having one hell of a time since COVID hit last year. Joining me now is Marcus Davis. He's the founder of the Breakfast Club in Houston. And so many different restaurants have been struggling. A lot have gone out of business. Many of them have been shuttering leases. And so, Marcus, let's talk about this. How have you had to constantly deal with just the ebb and flow and the up and down, mask, no mask? Can you be open, limiting, spacing, all the stuff all the problems that COVID has given restaurants?
You know, one of the things you have to know as an entrepreneur is that my papa used to say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I know it's hard to deal with COVID, but you have to understand that at any moment, anything can change. And the mindset that I've had since January of 2020, even as deep as December of 2019, which is something's about to happen. Something very well could happen in our city, in our state, in our nation, and you've got to be ready for it. And you roll out, what I share with entrepreneurs, you roll out things as far left as possible and as far right as possible, each scenario, each way, and try and prepare yourself accordingly. So in short, to answer your question, just thinking about what the potential are, not being deceived by the days where things look like it's changing, but being prepared for what may happen tomorrow, even though I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing today.
I'll give you examples. And so, the mask mandate is now being placed, is back in place here in DC. But not only that, in Illinois, they're now requiring everybody to be vaccinated to even come into restaurants and bars and indoor places. We're seeing in New York City, and so now we're moving towards that. How is it for you there in Houston, and how are you managing that? You got some folks who are acting a fool, losing their mind, cussing out restaurants, saying, how dare you ask folks for vaccination cards? But then you got others who are saying, hell, I want to be safe, but I want to go out and eat.
So, you have to consider what's at stake. And I know there are a lot of folks talking about liberty and about life, but those are the things that are actually at stake. Your very life is at stake. So your loved one's life is at stake. Your liberty, you have no liberty if you are no longer in the land of the living. So you have to keep that in mind. As an entrepreneur, again, I just pay attention to what's happening in the marketplace. I pay attention to what our customers need. I pay attention to what my staff needs, and I try to operate accordingly. And that's not to say that it's not challenging. That's not to say that it's not tough. That's not to say that it's easy. You ask what's it like? It's like deja vu. I am feeling today as I felt in March of 2020 when they first said that the NBA would not play a basketball game, and I knew then that this thing is as real as I thought it could get. And so today I'm thinking, and I've been making this case for a long time, Roland, because people have been under the impression. I have a couple of businesses here. I have a couple of restaurants, a bar, and another concept, and two of them I've yet to reopen. And we've yet to reopen it because I had not felt, particularly my bar, I haven't reopened it particularly simply because I had not felt that it was time. Yeah, other bars are open and other people are going out to them, but in the space that I run, I didn't want to be in that space, with the virus being the way that it was. So how do I feel? I feel like we're back in March 20. I can't say that it's that severe, but the uncertainty and the way the entrepreneur has to stay on his tiptoes and keep his head on the swivel is back to that date.
Questions for my panel. I'll start with you, Xavier.
When to stop, and how are you dealing with employees and morale, and maybe some of the other legal issues that you face in terms of running your business?
So unfortunately, I only caught the second half of what you said, but I think I get the gist. With my team members, I'll start there with my employees. It's just by sharing, communicating with them that we're all in this boat together. And that's been the analogy that I've used from the start, is that I am the captain of this ship, trying to steer this ship through these COVID waters, and reminding my team that we're all in this ship together and we're going to make it to the shores together. We just have to, everybody has to pick up their oar and they have to row in order for it to happen. And if that means that we got to work a little harder, dig a little deeper, roll up our sleeves a little higher, roll up our pants leg a little higher, lace our boots a little tighter, then that's what we have to do as a team. Your mettle as a leader is definitely tested during these times, and I'm grateful that I have a team as strong as I do, and I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to stand up and be the captain of the ship to get us through those times. But I'll share this with you. This fall makes 20 years in business, and one thing I can honestly say is that the other 19 years of being an entrepreneur helped pave the way for the moment that we're in now. You got to remember, I'm in that dirty South, baby. I'm in that third coast. So I've been through everything from Hurricane Ike to Hurricane Harvey to Tropical Storm Allison, and then all the stuff along the way from the Enron debacle to the 2008 crash. So as an entrepreneur, I made sure that I learned from each and every moment that we had in the life of our business, and use that as a way to prepare for the next one. You mentioned legal, you mentioned a couple other things. After Hurricane Harvey, I gave speeches about the importance of making sure your books were in order, making sure that your CPA is on point, making sure that your legal counsel, your legal representation is on point, and making sure that your insurance is up to par. Because those weren't things that I was taught in the early days of business. I learned them along the way, and I'm fortunate that I learned those lessons.
Hey, I'll jump in if there's nobody want to talk.
Come on, jump right in, baby. Jump in.
I thought you passed the collection plate for a minute.
I'll jump right in. Hey, man, good to talk to you. Heard about your restaurant. I got two questions. One, as far as my business and with my teams, we've been able to just work all remotely. We're still all working remotely. Obviously, you cannot do that as a restaurant. How are you keeping your team safe from when you have these individuals that want to come to your restaurant and they don't want to, do what's necessary to be safe? So how are you keeping your team safe? And are you dealing with any legal issues with that? If you require your team to have vaccinations, et cetera? That's my first question. My second question, as a proud black bald-headed former football player, vegan, want to know when the vegan items are coming on that menu so I can
never.
Don't talk to see, roll it. Don't let them influence you, man.
Never.
I understand where y'all coming from, but come on.
I've been to the Breakfast Club. Never.
I'm talking to the entrepreneur. This is your show, but it's his restaurant.
Never.
All right, let me answer your first question. How am I keeping my team safe? By being who I am, by being a taskmaster. I walk around and we put the rules in place, the regulations in place, the protocols in place, and I let my team know that, hey, this is for all of our safety. I've got some folks who've been with me for a number of years. I've got some 10-year plus team members that are. I've got some team members that are 70 and above. I've got some team members that have had or still have pre-existing conditions, and I share that. If we're going to operate as a team, then we have to operate as a team. We have to look out for each other's best interest, and that means, one, we protect each other with our mask on, and it also means that, two, we make sure that the guests are operating the way we ask for them to operate. And being a family-friendly restaurant where it's a whole lot of hugging and laughing and touching and all that kind of good stuff, it gets a little hard. And I've had to, remind some of the team members, hey, we got to make sure that we stay safe because we got to be here tomorrow for these same people. And, and it's worked. The question about vaccination, we found out how we could get all of the things that our team needed from masks to vaccination to tests. We found out how we can get those things, make them available for our team. And we did just that. And fortunately, we were able to get the majority, the lion's share of our team to participate. We didn't mandate it inside of the store. We asked for cooperation, and for the most part, we got cooperation. Now, with regard to the vegan question,
never.
I think I froze.
Yeah, you did freeze.
I think that was my impersonation of me of my screen freezing.
Never.
Well, when people freeze, they don't look so nice. You was looking so nice. I was like, what the fuck is gonna say?
I tried to tell you.
Hey, Xavier's a vegan also. I've been a vegetarian for over 25 years. Vegan.
I was gonna ask you, are you vegetarian or are you vegan?
I'm vegan. I've been vegan for 5 years.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, 25 years. So I had to ask. It's a great restaurant. I want to support Black-owned businesses, but I had to ask.
I got to tell you, you had 5 years before. I mean, you had 15 years before you went vegan. I'm just saying.
Trust me. The lines are down around the block for the Breakfast Club. They ain't missing. They ain't missing your money.
Well, see, that's the thing. Now that I know the brother, maybe I can get him in a line. I don't want to be.
Hell no.
And let me just make sure we're clear on this, right? I have 2 vegan restaurants here in Houston that I visit on a regular basis, right? That I eat at. Love the food. Absolutely, positively love the food. And I want to let them do that thing, right? And I go there and support them. And if somebody wants some direction on where to go to get a vegan breakfast, I'll send them that way. I might even tell them to bring me something back so I can have it on my lunch break. And originally it came because of space, right? Because I value what veganism is supposed to be about. And I'm not one of these guys that's going to put something on the menu if I can't do it the way it's supposed to be done. In short, I'm not going to cook your. Now we do have I'm not going to cook your tofu hash on the grill where I just got the bacon off of, and because we don't have the capacity, the space to do that, then we just keep it. We just keep the bacon on there.
Plus, ain't nobody buying that damn tofu. Mustafa, go ahead.
But and I'm waiting. I'll be honest with you. I've been in this game 2 decades, and I'm waiting I'm waiting to see how long it lasts, because and this is respectfully, right? I don't want nobody blowing me up. I've seen everything from the South Beach to Atkins and every 2-3 years over the last 20 years, someone has said, you need to add this to your menu. And then the next 2 years, they're like, oh yeah, I'm not doing that no more. So, but this one seems to be a little bit more sustained. So,
well, that's never going to beat bacon now. I mean, I know that.
look, I'm going to be, hey, I'm going to keep it real. Roll want me to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. In our first couple of years of business, people ask me, man, when you go get something light on there, something heart healthy. So I think around our 5-year anniversary, we created this heart healthy menu, right? It had the egg whites, it had the fruit bowl, it had the grilled fish instead of the fried, all of the stuff, that the wheat toast with no butter, the grits with no butter. We had all that stuff, man. We made that menu, did a whole big PR campaign about it. That menu still sitting behind my cash register, dusty as hell. And the one brother that kept asking me when was I gonna put it on the menu, he walked in the store. I said, look what I did just for you. He ordered exactly what was on there. By the time I got to his table, he had extra cheese and extra butter on everything.
Sustained. Mustafa.
Brother, thank you for
That's a great story.
And their bodies at the same time. My grandmother used to say that in challenging situations, everyone needs a North Star. I'm curious, the Breakfast Club.
Yes, sir.
What makes the Breakfast Club special? What makes it a North Star, especially in this moment?
The people. The people is what makes it special. And I try and make everybody aware of that and remind them of that every day. And when I say the people, people say, man, I'm glad y'all were able to stay open this long. I'm glad y'all were able to stay open during the pandemic. I'm glad y'all were able to be here for 20 years. And I tell them that I'm appreciative of you allowing, causing, empowering us in order for that to happen. When I say the people, I'm talking about my team. Miss Jackie's been with me for over a decade. Miss Mary's been with me for over a decade. Miss Gail's been with me for over a decade. Christian's been with me. These are folks, that have helped make TBK what it is today. So when I say the people, it is truly the people. Now, if you want what I believe, what I share with entrepreneurs, inspiring entrepreneurs about formulas to success, and what I hold us accountable for, and the standard that I hold us to that has led to this success, it is this simple thing: quality product, quality service all the time. That's our North Star. We believe in delivering a quality product through the hands of great people, and doing that as consistently as we possibly can. And I challenge any entrepreneur, if you do those things, I challenge you to show me your lack of success in whatever industry there is, unless you're cussing folks out, but then that ain't great service. But you know what I'm saying? Those are the things that I believe have made the difference in the life of TBK.
All right, look. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to get back to Houston to have some pancakes, grits, hard scrambled eggs, and bacon. I don't give a damn what DeMario thinks.
Can't wait to have you back, brother.
And DeMario, I don't wait in line.
Hey, DeMario, look, what Cowboy is that in your window up there? What is that?
He's first of all, he's an OU fan, and he's a sorry Dallas Cowboys fan.
So I used to have that when people. Let me answer your question correctly, right? Get a ring again, man. Y'all ain't got a ring.
Wait a minute. Now you're not talking down there in Houston when y'all ain't won anything to Texas.
Hey, look, when I was a fan of football, when I was a fan of the NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. Holler at me when you get that extra ring, right?
Oh.
There's only 2 teams in the league with 6 rings. Only 2.
Hey, but let's just say this. Roland said I'm a football, I'm an OU fan, I'm an OU former player. He's an A&M guy.
Same thing.
We whoop them all the time. We're still whooping them. And the Dallas Cowboys are doing pretty good this year.
Hey,
look,
and
hold up. Last time A&M played OU, who won?
Oh yeah, it was A&M.
In 2012, okay. Y'all won in 20.
No. Who won?
1 in 20.
Who won?
Y'all won the last time.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's all when it count.
I'm trying to figure out what your protest is.
20 more times.
Man, you better go eat some bacon.
Never won a championship.
Hey, the Cowboys are doing well. They are doing well, and I believe this might be the year. After 25 years,
it won't.
Rolling just statistically, it may be the year. I mean,
won't.
Come on, brother. They've sucked for 25 years. This may be the year. I got my shirt in the closet.
Don't worry.
Pull it out.
They gonna suck. They gonna suck 26 years.
It ain't gonna happen.
I can't say that. They win one playoff game every 8 years on
I'm
average.
gonna tell you
This
right
might be
now,
the year.
it ain't gonna happen. DeMario, go eat a chicken sandwich. All right, that's it, y'all. I got to bounce.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Black power.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it.
Get a 5G phone on us with select plans. Every customer, current, new, or business.
Because everyone deserves better.
And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
Folks, she's shipping orders of barrettes and plant-based hairstyle products to all 50 states and 13 countries. Now, 15-year-old Gabby Goodwin, who is the CEO of Confidence, has launched her own salon. She joins us now from Columbia, South Carolina. Gabby, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can. Sorry, I was muted. I'm good. How are you?
All right, then. So first of all, before we get to the salon, let's talk about, what you've already been doing. When did you actually start your business, and when did you start selling products?
We started Confidence, which was originally known as Gabby Bows, in February of 2014, when I was 7 years old, and then we've now been in business for almost 8 years.
Wow. And so how did it start?
It started honestly off of a Twitter rant. My mom would go to the store every 2 or so weeks buying different barrettes that wouldn't stay in my hair. And she was very frustrated and not only losing money, but also wasting time, not only going to the store, but also doing my hair for 15, 20 minutes before school. And then she would drop me off and I would be picked up with bows lost and my hair just looks an entire mess. And with that, she went on Twitter to rant about how my bows didn't stay in my hair. And after her and many other moms were talking about how terrible these barrettes were, our pastor actually jumped into the conversation and said, sounds like a market you need to break into. And my mom told me I was about 5 years old when this idea came up. And obviously, one, I didn't want to, get in trouble or continue to get in trouble for losing my barrettes. But I've also always wanted to inspire people, and especially girls. And I saw this as a way to do that. So I nagged my mom into creating a barrette and creating a business, and the rest is history.
So you did that, and y'all been growing the business. And look, you're shipping to 50 states, 13 countries. How are you doing revenue-wise?
Yes.
How many employees do you have?
Yeah, so for the past 3 or so years since I've was in the 6th grade, our business has made 6 figures. So I've kind of coined the hashtag of 6 figures by the 6th grade. And we've right now, especially in 2021, prioritized employees and hiring people. So we just brought on about 3 different team members when it comes to either fulfillment or team management, or even also just dealing with customers and customer service. So we've been able to grow our team as a whole, but we also have, different contracts with people, especially Black-owned brands who are helping us in many different areas as well.
All right, so now you've opened this salon. Why?
We wanted to create a space where girls can, not only feel confident in themselves, but also feel confident in their hair. And I think that with the salon, we're able to not only help girls get their hair done, feel beautiful, but they're also able to see the behind the scenes of the business, see the fulfillment process, or even meet me sometimes if I'm walking around the office. So we really wanted to create a place where girls can get their hair done, because I know that there's not really many little girl salons, because it does take a lot of work, but we were able to create a space where girls can come, have fun, but then also learn about business or just see what's going on behind the scenes and just have the whole confidence experience.
All right. Questions from my panel. I will start with you, Teresa.
Yeah. Hey, Gabby. I really honestly don't have a question, but I just want to say I'm very, very proud of you. It does take a lot of ambition, a lot of creativity and vision. Being a little girl myself, I know I would have loved a shop like yours, other than going with my mom to her hair salon.
Right.
It's one of those bright ideas that I think more people should, open their doors to you. So if you're looking to come in Philadelphia, please reach out.
Yes, we're definitely looking to franchise, and definitely that is an opportunity that we would love to take as well. So thank you so much.
Xavier.
Gabby, I'm so proud of you. I have a 16-year-old daughter, so it's really great to see. I literally text them during this segment, my two youngest kids, and I say, you're never too young to start a business. You've been in business for 8 years now. In your beginning of your journey, did you expect following your vision would then give jobs to people and impact their families and communities and create pathways and being a great Black woman entrepreneur?
Yes, I've always seen that inspiration or aspiration, I guess. I've always wanted to be able to, do that, and not only, be a light in my family, but also in my community around me and just around the world as well. So I definitely really wanted to be able to create jobs for people, be able to inspire girls who look like me and help them know that they can do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter, how old they are, or how, if they're Black or not, or just there's many stereotypes that I feel like a lot of Black girls go through, especially in the workforce, and especially, if you're a young entrepreneur, you can go through a lot. But I wanted to be able to show girls, and still want to this day, that they can also be CEOs just like me. And we've not only been able to do that, by selling our products, but we also have an academy, our Mommy and Me Entrepreneurship Academy, where we have over 50 girls who are selling our products under our brand. So they have their own business and they're learning different entrepreneurship skills. And through that, we're able to help them, grow out of their shell like I did through entrepreneurship, and just help them learn things that they can, use when they grow up and either work in the workforce or work for somebody else, or even start their own businesses and work for themselves. So I definitely wanted to be able to create opportunities for many different people, and I'm glad that that's becoming a reality.
Mustafa.
CEO Goodwin. I like the way that sounds. What has been the greatest lesson that you've learned in the time that you've been leading your organization?
The greatest lesson that I've learned is just to be confident in myself. I mentioned before that my confidence has blossomed through entrepreneurship. And before everything kind of got big, or our business started to gain traction, I was really shy growing up, and I didn't really want to talk to people that I didn't know, or I was just really quiet. And in business, you have to be the opposite of that. You have to go out of your way and talk to people, especially at, vendor shows. And we started that route early, going to vendor shows, every single week. And through that, and also doing interviews, speeches, I was able to kind of grow out of my shell and really be the person that I am today. And I'm glad that I've been able to do that and learn, because, if I didn't have entrepreneurship as my, outlet for my confidence, I wouldn't have been able to, know how to speak in front of people, or how to be confident in myself, especially as a young Black girl. And also just another thing that I also came up with, this is a quote that I came up with when I was probably about 10, and it is no, it's just an abbreviation for next opportunity. And I've been able to also learn that because, you know, even though I may be young, I may be cute, and people want to support me, there were a lot of no's heard, you know, in this process. And there still are no's that I hear on a consistent basis. But I've always learned that, or I've learned over time that even if you hear no, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world or the end of your business, but it can be, you know, a next opportunity for your big yes that you're waiting for.
All right, then. Well, Gabby, certainly congratulations. First of all, where can people go online to see your products?
Yes, you can go to GabbyBows.com. That's on the screen. It's GABBYBOWS.com. We are also in some online retail stores. You can go to Bloomingdale's.com, Target.com, and we'll be partnering with Macy's.com next year. But then there's also different retail stores or local beauty supply stores around the world that you can also find on our website too.
All right, then. Gabby Goodwin, CEO of Confidence. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for having me.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?